Stochastic matrix. A stochastic matrix is a real square matrix with non-negative elements such that for each row the sum of elements is 1. And the examples for stochastic matrices are given below. There is a theorem associated with stochastic matrix. It states that every stochastic matrix has 1 as one of its eigenvalues. To prove the theorem, we take the simplest stochastic matrix A is equal to A, 1 minus A, 1 minus B, B. The secular equation is determinant A minus lambda I is equal to 0. That is, determinant of A, 1 minus A, 1 minus B, B minus lambda into 1, 0, 0, 1 is equal to 0. That is, determinant of A minus lambda 1 minus A 1 minus B B minus lambda is equal to 0. Then we get A minus lambda into B minus lambda minus 1 minus A into 1 minus B is equal to 0. On proceeding like this, we get lambda square minus A plus B into lambda plus A plus B minus 1 is equal to 0. That is, lambda into lambda minus A plus B minus 1 minus 1 into lambda minus A plus B minus 1 is equal to 0. We get lambda minus 1 into lambda minus A plus B minus 1 is equal to 0. This equation implies lambda is either 1 or lambda is equal to A plus B minus 1. Clearly, one eigenvalue of every stochastic matrix is unity. There are some important theorems associated with the eigenvalues and eigenvectors. Some of them will be discussed here. First theorem states that the eigenvalues of a Hermitian matrix are real. For Hermitian matrix A Hermitian is equal to A, where A Hermitian is the transposed conjugate of A. Let X be any eigenvector of A corresponding to the eigenvalue lambda, then Ax is equal to lambda x. Pre-multiplying equation 1 by X Hermitian, we get X Hermitian Ax is equal to lambda X Hermitian x. On taking the transposed conjugate of both sides in equation 3, we get X Hermitian Ax is equal to lambda star X Hermitian x. On proceeding like this, we will get lambda minus lambda star into X Hermitian x is equal to 0. As x is an eigenvector, x not equal to 0, therefore X Hermitian x is not equal to 0. Then equation 4 gives lambda minus lambda star is equal to 0. That means lambda is equal to lambda star. This means that the conjugate of lambda is equal to itself. This is only possible when lambda is real. Thus, the eigenvalues or characteristics roots of a Hermitian matrix are all real. The second theorem states that the eigenvalues of a real symmetric matrix are all real. For a real symmetric matrix A, we have A star is equal to A transpose is equal to A. On taking the complex conjugate of B and using equation 1, we get A transpose all star is equal to A. That implies A Hermitian is equal to A. Thus, real symmetric matrix is Hermitian matrix. Then, according to theorem 1, the eigenvalues of a Hermitian matrix are all real. Consequently, the eigenvalues of a real symmetric matrix are all real. The next theorem states that the eigenvalues of a skew Hermitian matrix are either 0 or purely imaginary. If A is a skew Hermitian matrix, then A Hermitian is equal to minus A. Let X be an eigenvector of A corresponding to eigenvalue lambda, then Ax is equal to lambda x. Ia into x is equal to I lambda into x. We have Ia Hermitian is equal to I star A Hermitian is equal to minus I into minus A. Using equation 1, we get Ia Hermitian is equal to Ia. This proves that Ia is an Hermitian matrix. According to equation 1, I lambda is the eigenvalue of Hermitian matrix Ia corresponding to the eigenvector x. Therefore, it implies that I lambda is a real number. that is, lambda is 0 or purely imaginary number. This proves the theorem. The eigenvalues of a real skew-symmetric matrix are either 0 or purely imaginary. For a real skew-symmetric matrix A, we have A star is equal to A transpose is equal to minus A. On taking complex conjugative equation 2, we get A transpose all star is equal to minus A star. That is, A Hermitian is equal to minus A. This implies that the matrix A is skew-Hermitian. Then, the eigenvalues of a real skew-symmetric matrix are either 0 or purely imaginary. There is another theorem which says that the eigenvalues of a unitary matrix are of unit modulus. For a unitary matrix A, we have A Hermitian A is equal to I. Let X be an eigenvector of A corresponding to eigenvalue lambda. Then the eigenvalue equation is Ax is equal to lambda x. On taking transposed conjugative equation 2, we get Ax Hermitian is equal to lambda x Hermitian. Then post multiplying equation 2 by equation 3, we get x Hermitian x is equal to lambda star x Hermitian x. Then we get x Hermitian x into 1 minus lambda star is equal to 0. As x not equal to 0, therefore x Hermitian x not equal to 0. So that the fourth equation gives 1 minus lambda star is equal to 0. That is, lambda star is equal to lambda square is equal to 1. That implies the modulus value of lambda is equal to 1. Thus, the eigenvalues of a unitary matrix are of unit modulus. The eigenvalues of an orthogonal matrix are unimodular. For an orthogonal real matrix A, we have A star is equal to A and A transpose A is equal to I. Taking complex conjugate of the second equation, we get A transpose A star is equal to I star. Since I star is equal to I, we can write this as A transpose star into A star is equal to I. That implies A Hermitian A is equal to I, which is the condition for the matrix A to be unitary. Thus, A is a unitary matrix. But according to the previous theorem, eigenvalues of a unitary matrix are unimodular. Hence, the eigenvalues of a real orthogonal matrix are unimodular. The eigenvalues of a diagonal matrix are precisely the elements in the diagonal. Let A is equal to diagonal A11, A22, etc. A_n. Then A minus lambda I is equal to diagonal A11 minus lambda, A22 minus lambda, etc. A_n minus lambda. So, the characteristic polynomial determinant A minus lambda I is equal to A11 minus lambda into A22 minus lambda, etc. into A_n minus lambda. The characteristic equation determinant A minus lambda I is equal to 0 gives A11 minus lambda into A22 minus lambda, etc. A_n minus lambda is equal to 0. That is, lambda is equal to A11, A22, etc. A_n. As A11, A22, A_n are the diagonal elements of A, therefore the eigenvalues lambda of a diagonal matrix are the elements in the diagonal itself. Any two eigenvectors corresponding to two distinct eigenvalues of Hermitian matrix are orthogonal. Let x1, x2 be two eigenvectors corresponding to two distinct eigenvalues lambda 1 and lambda 2 of a Hermitian matrix A. Then A Hermitian is equal to Ax1 is equal to lambda 1 x1, Ax2 is equal to lambda 2 x2. Then according to the previous theorem, lambda 1 and lambda 2 are real numbers. Hence, lambda 1 star is equal to lambda 1, lambda 2 star is equal to lambda 2. Pre-multiplying the above equations 2 and 3 by x2 Hermitian and x1 Hermitian respectively, then we get x2 Hermitian Ax1 is equal to lambda 2 x2 Hermitian x1 and x1 Hermitian Ax2 is equal to lambda 2 x1 Hermitian x2. Taking transposed conjugate of equation 5, we get x1 Hermitian Ax2 is equal to lambda 1 x1 Hermitian x2. On comparing equation 6 and 7, we get lambda 1 x1 Hermitian x2 is equal to lambda 2 x1 Hermitian x2. That is lambda 1 minus lambda 2 into x1 Hermitian x2 is equal to 0, as the eigenvalues are different, that is lambda 1 minus lambda 2 is not equal to 0. Therefore, we must have x1 Hermitian x2 is equal to 0, which is the condition of eigenvectors x1 and x2 to be orthogonal. Hence, any two eigenvectors corresponding to two distinct eigenvalues of a Hermitian matrix are real. Any two eigenvectors of a real symmetric matrix are orthogonal, provided the corresponding eigenvalues are different. Let A be a real symmetric matrix. Then A star is equal to A and A transpose is equal to A. On taking transposed conjugate of equation 2, we get A Hermitian is equal to A. It is the condition for the matrix A to be Hermitian. Hence, real symmetric matrix A is Hermitian. According to the previous theorem, any two eigenvectors corresponding to two distinct eigenvalues of a Hermitian matrix are orthogonal. Hence, any two eigenvectors corresponding to two distinct eigenvalues of a real symmetric matrix are orthogonal. Any two eigenvectors corresponding to two distinct eigenvalues of a unitary matrix are orthogonal. Let A be an unitary matrix, then A Hermitian A is equal to I. Let x1 and x2 be two eigenvectors corresponding to two distinct eigenvalues lambda 1 and lambda 2 of unitary matrix A. Then Ax1 is equal to lambda 1 x1 and Ax2 is equal to lambda 2 x2. Then, according to the previous theorem, eigenvalues of a unitary matrix are of unit modulus. Therefore, lambda 1 star lambda 1 is equal to 1, so that 1 minus lambda 1 star lambda 2 is equal to lambda 1 star lambda 1 minus lambda 2, that is not equal to 0, since lambda 1 is not equal to lambda 2. From the above equations, it follows that x1 Hermitian x2 is equal to 0, which implies that x1 and x2 are orthogonal. Hence, any two eigenvectors corresponding to two distinct eigenvalues of a unitary matrix are orthogonal. Next theorem states that eigenvalues of a matrix are invariant under a similarity transformation. Let us consider two similar matrices A and B related through similarity transformation such that B is equal to P inverse AP. The characteristic equation for the matrix B is B minus lambda I is equal to 0, where lambda is an eigenvalue of B. Then determinant P inverse AP minus lambda I is equal to 0. On proceeding like this, we will get determinant A minus lambda I is equal to 0. This relation shows that lambda is an eigenvalue of A also. This proves the theorem. The last topic is the diagonalization of matrices. A matrix is said to be diagonable if it is similar to a diagonal matrix. Let lambda 1, lambda 2, etc. lambda n be n distinct eigenvalues of a diagonable matrix A and x1, x2, etc. xn with the corresponding eigenvectors. Let the column vector xi be given by xi is equal to x1i, x2i, etc. xni. Consider a matrix P whose column vectors are n eigenvectors such that P is equal to x11, x12, etc. a1n, x21, x22, etc. x2n, xn1, xn2, etc. xnn. Let D be a diagonal matrix such that capital D is equal to diagonal lambda 1, lambda 2, etc. lambda n. Then PD is equal to matrix lambda j xij. That is, PD is equal to matrix Ax1, Ax2, etc. Axn. That implies PD is equal to A into P. If P is a non-singular matrix, then pre-multiplying the above equation by P inverse, we get D is equal to P inverse AP. Thus, pre-multiplying A by P inverse and post-multiplying P, we get the diagonal matrix whose elements in the diagonal are the eigenvalues. This process is said to be the diagonalization of matrix A. Practical method of diagonalization. To reduce a given square matrix A to diagonal form, we first write the characteristic equation for the matrix and evaluate the characteristics roots lambda 1, lambda 2, etc. lambda n. Then the required diagonal matrix D of A is given below.